Hey, it's Chris Alley. Hope you're doing good today. So today is about buying a home. I've been talking about selling homes, so let's talk about buying a home. So in this market, currently right now, as I record this video, it's a seller's market. So buyers are currently right now, they are limited on inventory. So here are some things that you can do to be able to get the deal on the house that you want. And when I say deal, um, I don't necessarily mean that you're going to get several thousand or hundred thousands off of the purchase price. You might, in the right deal, perhaps you can. I do have some customers that I've been able to get under asking price, not much, but makes them feel good to know that there are still some negotiations out there. I know you may have heard you just have to pay whatever price, throw in a pony, walk their dog. I even saw recently where someone agreed to take care of their pets until they moved and found another house. So, I mean, some buyers are doing some crazy things out there. So, anyway, here are some things that I would recommend. Would not recommend taking care of someone's pets after they close because God forbid something happened to them. But here are some normal things in my mind what you can do. Number one is be ready. Okay, so when you are looking for a home and you're serious about looking for a home, you have an agent. You are, you're in communication with them. You're telling them what it is that you're looking for. Your agent is out there, they're finding those things. When it's time for you to go and take a look at a home, let's say something comes on the market, okay, many times they go off the market on the same day, or there's a deadline on submitting the offer. So be ready, be available to your agent, be flexible with your schedule. If you're still working, probably a great idea to communicate with your employer and say, how the housing market is. I'm looking for a house. There may be a time I'm going to need to leave for an hour, take my lunch break at a certain different time, so be prepared for that. So be quick. Second thing that I would do as a buyer is be educated. Okay, so there's a lot of pressure out there to waive your inspection, to waive this, to waive that, to overpay. Um, I would just my advice to a buyer is, I would never recommend for them to waive their inspection. Now, a buyer might say, we're not going to fix anything, right? But still, that doesn't mean that you should waive your inspection. You can still inspect things, and there's ways to do that. Just talk to your realtor. You found your house, you put in your offer, and you have some inspection. You'll have an inspection period. You certainly don't want to find some gaping hole to china or something horrible. Now, a light bulb not working, a little scratch on the wall. There was a time where we could get every seller to fix everything, throw in closing cost, but that's not the case now, but still do an inspection. So, third thing is that I would do as a buyer is follow the course of actions of what you should do when you do get your contract signed. Okay. You're going to have, you're going to have certain obligations that you are going to need to do. So now you've bought you're under contract with the place. You said, okay, I'm going to do some inspections. And if you're going to be doing a mortgage, make sure you fill out your mortgage paperwork ahead of time. And let's just rewind there. One of the other things you want to do when you're looking for a house is make sure you are pre-approved for a mortgage. If you are paying for a mortgage, paying with a mortgage. Now, if you're paying cash, that's great. And there are also some contracts that say, you can say that you're paying cash. Still, you're not prevented from getting a mortgage. So if you wanted to do that as a buyer, to help it as an advantage, you could put in a cash offer. You can already have a pre-approval. Just make sure that you can get your mortgage by the date or have the cash that you need to close. So anyway, what you need to do is need to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. When you have your contract, there's certain obligations that you have to do. You have to be able to get your deposits in on time. Okay, don't forget to get your deposits in on time. If you get that initial deposit in on time and the second deposit, you just kind of, they know I'm gonna, they know I'm gonna buy it. I'm doing this. I've done my inspection. I came over with my designer and I've measured 32 times, and this sofa's gonna fit here. No, they want to know that you're following everything that you need to. Like, you've given your deposit, you filled out all your paperwork, how you're gonna take title. So those are the things to help you as a buyer. Be serious, right? And I'm not saying don't negotiate your values or things, just to be able to get that home. If you really want a certain type of home, then just be patient. I have a buyer that I worked for over 2 years to find a house. When we started looking 2 years ago, the price range that they were looking for, long story short, they wanted to buy a house that was double of what they initially were looking for, but they got the home that they wanted. So don't be discouraged. So that would be the last thing that I would say. Do not be discouraged as a buyer. You can still find a house out there. But just to recap, you're a buyer. What are you going to do? You got to be ready, right? Number two, I would recommend not waiving in inspections. Have your realtor write up something. They might not have to fix it, but do that. Number three, get a pre-approval if you are going to get a mortgage, right? Make sure that you have that prior to you going to look for houses. Number four, just be ready, be organized, follow all the guidelines that you need to do. Get your inspections done in time, get your paperwork in on time, get your just do things the way you're supposed to. Your realtor will help you guide on the process. So don't be discouraged. There's a house out there for you, and if you still want that American dream, or you're looking for that second home to purchase, you still can. People are still purchasing houses out there, obviously, because if the ones that you've been looking at are going fast, somebody's buying them, right? So next time it's probably going to be you. So good luck to you out there, buyers.